Lando, unbelievably, this is your 5th season in Formula One and with McLaren. How are you feeling about the campaign ahead?
I'm very excited. It doesn't quite feel like my 5th season. It's gone past very, very quickly, but also a good thing. But yeah, another season, new challenges, new teammate, so I look forward to all of it.
Stepping up into a more of a lead role, I guess, in this team. You've been a leader, I guess, in the last couple of years anyway, but really stepping in with a new teammate. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, a different, I was just say responsibility for myself. I guess there's me leading in some ways because I'm the more experienced driver, the more experienced guy with McLaren, but that just comes with more responsibility in terms of how I help the team, how I comment, and how we go forward from here. So apart from that, there's still a lot of things that Oscar and myself will work together on, and yeah, it's part of being a team, so I look forward to the partnership as well.
Fair bit of stability in the regulations from last year into this year, and not that big change. Is that experience you brought last year going to help you, do you think, this year?
I'd hope so. I think for all of us as a team, everything's been an evolution. Personally, with my driving and how I work has been an evolution. I worked hard over the winter with my engineers to come up with more ways of thinking how we can not only extract lap time from the car, but how we can extract more from myself, how I can extract lap time from the guys that I work with and the team around me. So yeah, plenty of hard work and time and effort gone into that, but a matter of time before we can see how much it's paid off.
Now I saw you inspecting the car a little bit earlier. What do you make of this new machine?
I mean, every new season with the new car is an exciting time for us drivers. A time when you don't really know how it's going to act and perform, apart from a bit of a feeling that you might get on the simulator. So yeah, I'm always excited for a new challenge, the new car. Of course, you always hope it's a little bit quicker, and that's our plan. So yeah, we have a good plan in place for us as a team and how to move forward from where we are now and through the season. So I look forward to that.
And it's a big year for McLaren, 6 years since Bruce McLaren founded the team.
Yes, big 60, my 5th year with McLaren, so it's a cool year. Hopefully we can have some good times to celebrate, to put with it. But yeah, I think it just puts even more, not pressure, but dedication for us to live up to McLaren, live up to our expectation, and do what we're here to do.
Now let's talk about the winter and your break. Did you get much of a break? How was it?
It was good, it was good. No, I spent a lot of time with my friends, saw my family, and relaxed. Took my mind away from racing, which I think is always a very important thing. As much as all I want to think about is racing and come back and try and do better. Also important to take a step back, kind of relook at everything, relook at how I work, and what's going to motivate me the next step, and what's going to motivate the whole team that next step. So yes, was lovely. Some different things to what I normally do. Went to some hot places and some very cold places, but came back refreshed and ready to go.
In terms of things you've been working on personally with the engineers or yourself, what are they? Any kind of key areas that you've worked on?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some areas, but I don't need to share them. You know, they're personal goals for myself, for my close group of engineers and my little team that I have around me. So we're working hard. I'm working hard to, like I said, unlock that next step from my own ability, my own racecraft and so on, and see how much I can translate from the work into performance on track. But you don't really know that until you get to the first test and the first race and so on. So we'll keep working hard. We'll keep yeah, trying to extract more lap time out of myself and see if we can translate it.
I was reading an interview and you were saying that right early in your career you really doubted yourself and a lot of your ability, but it feels like you're super confident now, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It just feels like you've really built confidence in what you've got in your talent.
It's got there, yeah. It's taken some time, especially just the first 2 years of Formula One. But I mean, even the last few, I felt good. You know, I felt confident. But it is now my 5th season in Formula One, so it is a big difference to my first. If I remember being on the grid in Australia in 2019, it's very different to how I feel now when I get on the grid. You know, I feel a lot more prepared, a lot more calm, relaxed, but also with a better idea of what I got to do in every single race. So I feel better than ever in terms of physically, mentally. A lot of that just comes with the experience of being in Formula One and working hard and trying to develop my own skills. So yeah, I guess that's taken a little step forward again this year.
And just finally, I know a lot depends on what kind of car you're going to have out on track, but what are the targets and the expectations for you this season?
Brilliant question. It's the big one. So I guess we always want to be ambitious. We always want to set our targets high. But as a team, I think we can consistently fight for top 4 in terms of teams. I think that's a realistic goal. You know, we know where we stand. We know where realistically we're able to fight and who we're able to fight against, and who equally we can fight against. You know, there's so many things we have coming with the wind tunnel and the simulator and things like that we have good confidence will help us take the next step forward. They're just not done yet. So I guess I got good confidence for this year that everyone's worked very hard over the winter and we can take that next step forward. But then in the future, in the next few years, that's when we need to take a big one.
Oscar, great to see you. Feels like we've been waiting ages for you to make your debut, and I know we've got a little bit longer to wait, but the excitement is building. How are you feeling?
Yeah, very, very good. Excited to make my debut in F1 with McLaren. Been building up to it, and yeah, like you said, it feels like it's been a long time coming now, so super excited to get going.
How have the first few months been with the team, kind of just bedding yourself in?
Yeah, they've been really good. A lot of work on the simulator, a lot of time meeting the team as well. There's a lot of names to try and remember, and a new environment for me. So it's been really good. Everyone's been really welcoming, really friendly as well. So it's been good. I'm looking forward to starting.
When you get into Bahrain and you get that feeling of getting behind the wheel, what do you think the excitement level is going to be like?
Yeah, I think it's going to be super exciting. It'll be the first time for me in a competitive session for nearly 18 months, so that'll be something to get used to again, which I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I just can't wait to get back out and go racing again.
I think you've done a few runs of an old machinery at least to kind of help shake the rust and just get back into it. Do you feel like you're kind of sharpening up ahead of the season?
Yeah, I think so. We've done a few tests in one of the older cars here, just to get back up to speed, give the body a bit of a wake up before the season as well. So yeah, that's been going well. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously not quite the same as the real car we'll be driving. But nonetheless, it's still good to get back in something with some wheels on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. How about winter training? Have you really hit it hard in terms of just trying to get you back in shape?
Yeah, definitely. There's been a lot of work, especially on my neck. I think going without racing for so long, you've got to keep your body sharp in other ways, because you can't rely on race fitness. So a lot of work on my neck, a lot of work on cardio, because the races are a lot longer than F2. So yeah, been hitting it hard.
You got Mark Webber in your corner. How good has he been for that advice and those final tips ahead of the start of the season?
Yeah, Mark and Anne as well have been super important in my career up to this date, and especially now where we're in the big league. So Mark's obviously been in this journey before, Anne as well, working with him. So they've been really useful, especially behind the scenes, making sure I don't have more on my plate than I need to at this point. So yeah, they've been very helpful, and obviously Mark's been in this position himself, so he's had some good words of wisdom too.
Have you spent much time with Zach and Andrea before the season, and will you over the next couple of weeks, and what targets have they set you?
I've spent obviously a fair bit of time with Zach and Andrea as well. I've been getting to know. I met him, I think, the first time at the post-season test in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, we're getting to know him more and more as he's stepped into his new role. And yeah, they've both been great. I think in terms of expectations, just go out there and try and learn as much as possible, and a massive focus on doing things the right way and having the processes set. Because I think naturally, if you're doing everything the right way and as you should, then the results will come at some point.
And how well do you know your teammate Lando? Do you get on pretty well?
We're getting to know each other a bit more. We've had a few marketing and media activities together now, so spending a bit more time with each other. But yeah, still getting to know each other at this point.
Do you know a fair few other drivers on the grid in terms of relationships and friendships?
Not really. I know Logan. I was teammates with Logan in F3, so I know him quite well. Also Joe as well, Guan Yu Zhou. We're in the Alpine Academy together, and obviously raced against him in F2. So I think they're really the only two I know. I know Nick a little bit, but yeah, Logan and Joe are the only people I've raced against on the grid.